What up, everyone? Today I'm going to talk about a situation. I was at Walmart and I wanted to buy just probably like half a week of groceries. And I typically go to Walmart when I'm trying to buy like canned goods or packaged goods or stuff that, I'm not going to need anytime soon. And I don't think their produce is good. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go check it out. So I get to Walmart, and the first thing I notice is the store is surprisingly empty. It was barren, and this was right after work in the busy part of town on Chapel Road, Scottsdale. And I walked through the store, electronics section dead, the appliance section dead. Like it was as if it's like a ghost town, like an artifact of the 1900s. It was weird walking through those aisles, completely barren. So I get to the grocery section and I'm just shocked by the prices. Guys, orange juice, $5.79 at Walmart. I go and I buy some yogurt. It's like $2 per yogurt, the Chobani. I then say, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna get a bag of chips. I know, guys, I'm not healthy. I'm just wanting some junk food, right? I look at the Funyuns. It's $5.79 a bag of Funyuns. Just this is like shrinkflation too, because these bags are smaller. And the soup that I love to buy, usually it's a buck, maybe a buck 25. It was 250 per can, 250% inflation. And I came to the realization why the store was so empty. I don't think people can afford to buy food right now, even at Walmart. I've never seen Walmart this empty before. And I was just like, wow, Bitcoin literally fixes this. I was like looking at everything through like a Bitcoin and a Satoshi lens. And I was just thinking, wow, like the government inflated our money away. And now what $10,000 used to buy, $10,000 could probably buy you maybe $7,000 worth of goods. Um, you know, like today, $10,000 3 years ago, today would now get you about $7,000 worth of goods. And it was just shocking to me because I was literally like I had $100 bill in my billfold. And obviously they don't take Bitcoin or anything. Not that I would give them my precious Bitcoin. But I go in and I ring everything up. And I was like so shocked. It came to $110. $110 for this. And I was just like perplexed. All I had was the $100 bill. And I never, in my entire life, spent more than 60, 50, 60 bucks at Walmart. Never. Never, ever, ever. And today, I got the same amount of goods, even less goods. And I spent $110. And I just could not believe my eyes that we are living in a situation where you literally need $100 to buy a few items from Walmart now. Just think about a normal store like Safeway, Albertsons, Kroger, Fry's, any of these normal grocery stores, they're even more expensive than this. Walmart is the discount store. So I've come to realize that we're living in a period of a wage price spiral and of stagflation. We're seeing a time where prices are going up and up and up. I know wages are going up and up and up. But when comes the point when layoffs need to happen? And then if layoffs happen, how do you afford groceries? Because prices are so high. I'll tell you, I did collect unemployment and I did pay it back, but I collected unemployment for a couple months here in Arizona. The checks for unemployment per week, it's only like $250 a week, if that. So if you get $250 a week and you have a family, you're going to Walmart, you're like 50% of your money is literally going out the door with one grocery trip. Now, what if you had a bigger family than just me? I'm one person. You could probably spend 300, 400, $500. And then how do you live off unemployment when that happens? You don't. Now we're seeing a lot of jobs get automated away too. If you look at California, they're saying $20 minimum wage. What restaurant owner operator would hire someone for $20 an hour that doesn't have skills? It's few and far between. So when I'm looking at this through a Bitcoin lens, I'm thinking, okay, like our dollars are getting debased underneath us. What Bitcoin is a lifeboat to this situation. I mean, we're gonna see. I mean, right now it's pretty high and it's speculative, and the halving's coming, and there's a lot of hype around it, and the ETFs just got approved. But what I'm trying to say is this: if 3 years ago you had your money $10,000 in Bitcoin, or you had $10,000 in cash, okay, the cash you probably would have gotten maybe over 3 years, maybe 1,000 to maybe 1,100 in interest over 3 years. That's okay, right? But that same $10,000 kind of dollar cost averaged into Bitcoin, it could be worth anywhere between $40,000 and $60,000. Maybe a little less, but it could have been worth between maybe 30 and 50K. The point I'm trying to make is this: I think everything is upside down in our society today. For example, we were told inflation never topped 9%. Well, can you please explain to me, if inflation never topped 9%, how did the average middle class home here in Arizona go from $315,000 to $750,000? Oh, more than doubled. How did that happen? In a more conservative cases, how did homes go from 400,000 to 575K? Can someone explain that to me? Inflation is only 9%. Inflation was really only 9%, you would have seen a house go from maybe 400,000, maybe you can make the case to 430,000. Okay, that makes sense. That's about a 9% increase. That never happened. We saw an increase through the roof. And they're gaslighting us by saying inflation only went up 9%. A complete bold-faced lie. And we're just sitting here and accepting it? It is absolutely mind-blowing that we're seeing the wealth divide get wider and wider. We're seeing the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And if you don't have assets, you're getting slowly debased. Your dollars are melting ice cubes, and you're getting more and more poor. You have to work longer hours to get less and less. Because, yeah, your nominal amount may go up. You may see, I got a $5,000-$10,000 increase. But the real amount is going down. Because as you're getting that 6% increase, you're really effectively getting a 6% decrease, because in the real rate of inflation, not the stated rate, the real rate is 12%. So you're seeing, okay, if the stated rate is 6%, the stated rate right now they say is 3%, but I know that's a complete lie, and everyone that goes to the supermarket can see that. So we're just living in this time that's backwards, where they're not telling us the truth of the data. But hey, guess what? You can literally go and look up shadow stats. You can literally go with your own eyes, your own lying eyes. You can go to the grocery store and see that bread go up from $1.09 to $2.50, $3.50. You can literally see it with your own eyes. So please, I recommend everyone that's listening to this podcast to go to the grocery store and just think, hey, what were these prices 2-3 years ago? And I guarantee you, bread, soup, tortillas, cheese, all of it was probably 50-60% less. Maybe 30 to 40, maybe 50 to 60, maybe even more. But I guarantee you it is. And if you do come to that conclusion, ask yourself, what do you think the real rate of inflation is? And also, think about this. How would you protect yourself in the future to hedge against this evil debasement that we're seeing? For me, I'm doing Bitcoin. But what about you guys? How are you guys trying to position yourself against this horrible inflation, this horrible stagflation we're going through right now? I'd be curious on your thoughts. Anyways, hopefully you guys are all doing really good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And I hope you guys all have a good, strong rest of your week.